how does this legislation prevent the U.S. taxpayer from having to pay for these orphaned wells?
Thanks for the question. I can tell you that a company can't simply walk away from their orphaned wells, and if they go bankrupt, it doesn't stop there. The BLM has a process. They will follow the rightful owners from the last producers to the very first producer on the lease. That's why you'll see on the Secretary of Interior, they've only identified 37 wells on all BLM lands. And I think they're doing a good job of that. They're making sure that they can, if there is the responsible party is held financially responsible to, close those wells. And I think that the important part to remember on, the overall concept of this is it's working right now. And this administration is these rules, in fact, are not necessary. It's proven that they're not necessary by just the 37 orphan wells on the federal lands.
Thanks, Mr. Stauber. Chairman Duncan, we know in the 2020 election, then candidate Joe Biden made a lot of anti-fracking comments. I've got a list of quotes. I'll just list off a few of them. He said regarding fracking that we would, quote, "We would make sure it's eliminated," end quote. He also has a famous quote of saying that we will, quote, "phase it out." Also a quote saying that he was against any, and I quote, "new fracking." We know time and time again the Biden administration has waged a war on American energy, particularly LNG. We could go through a litany, but the most recent version of this attack on American energy is the ban on LNG exports. Would you like to just describe how that hurts our energy production, how it hurts the American worker, the impacts it has on the American economy as well?
Absolutely. Well, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are pointing to this increased production and profitability for American energy producers. But I can't point to a single initiative of the Biden administration that actually helped increase production of oil and gas in the country. Actually, it's been the adverse with the methane rule, the methane tax proposal, what the EPA is doing, the LNG export ban. All of these things have been anti-energy production for American producers. And if we continue down this road and ultimately, if Democrats had their way, ban fracking in this country, which has actually helped us achieve that level of production that's made us a world leader, then we will be reliant on China, we'll be reliant on Russia, we'll be reliant on Venezuela, we'll be reliant on Iran and other oligarchs and cartel members from across the globe. Instead of being a leader once again, meeting all of our energy needs and becoming a net exporter again, there's energy poverty in this world. And the United States can lead on LNG export to help lower energy poverty, increase the standard of living and the quality of life for people around the globe through cleaner burning U.S. produced natural gas that's produced through hydraulic fracturing in places like the Marcellus Shale in your home state or in places like North Dakota. During the Obama years, when there was another attack on production on federal land, both onshore and offshore, and we saw this administration the fewest lease sales proposed in the next 5-year plan than in the history of the nation. So how is that pro-American energy production? That's not. But during the Obama administration, where we saw jobs being created and American energy being produced, it was on state and private land. It wasn't on federal land. It was through hydraulic fracturing in places like North Dakota's Bakken Shale that revolutionized energy production in this country. So America leading in energy production through hydraulic fracturing, we can lead the world, and we can also be a better exporter, exporting more cleaner burning U.S. produced natural gas to help our friends and allies in Europe lessen their dependence on Russia, to help folks in Africa improve their quality of life, to help places like Vietnam get off of coal and convert to LNG, natural gas energy production, and lower their carbon emissions. It's a win-win for the globe.